What is going on, YouTubeverse? John Stanek from Johnny Radio here, bringing you another Viva La Vinyl classic album review. And it does not get much more classic than this, folks. The 1964 soundtrack to the film of the same name, A Hard Day's Night by the Beatles. And yes, this is the American version. The British version has a different album cover with more faces of the Beatles. This one has a slightly different track listing. Things were so confusing in the mid-60s. You'd had American versions, British versions, but essentially all the hits are the same on here, starting with the opening, of course, the title track, A Hard Day's Night, which is really one of the best Beatles opening tracks, if you think about it, just because of that starting chord played by Harrison that's like an F with a G included, so it just sounds like this huge chord, unlike anything you had heard before at that time. And then you get right into the driving song written by Lennon, who really shows off his vocals on this track, and the harmonies are fantastic, as they are throughout here. The Beatles were really, this being their third studio album at the time, they were evolving quickly in their songwriting skills. I mean, you can hear it in the melodies, the complicated chord structures. I mean, when you play A Hard Day's Night, for example, the chord changes are all over the place. You would think they're much more simplistic, like their first songs, Love Me Do, which are just a couple chords, and I Want to Hold Your Hand. But no, they were getting more and more complex as a songwriting duo, Lennon and McCartney, and Harrison really adding into that. Ringo, of course, doing his thing on the drum kit. He does not have a song to sing on this album, thank God. Sorry, Ringo, but your songs are always my least favorite on any Beatles album. Harrison just has one song, which is I'm Happy Just to Dance With You. He was progressively getting better as a songwriter, not one of his best. It's hard to say in the Lennon-McCartney dueling it out for best songs who wins on this one. I would say it's pretty even with Lennon with the title track, I Should Have Known Better, and If I Fell, which really has some amazing harmonies. On the bridge of that song, just sublime, really cool. And I Should Have Known Better, having that cool harmonica solo on it. Those are his three standouts. And then Paul has And I Love Her, which I think is still one of the best Beatles ballads of all time. Beautiful song with the Latin rhythm, and George adding that dum 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 to the minor chords. Really beautiful. Of course, Can't Buy Me Love was Paul's rivaling A Hard Day's Night, which you can't argue that was such a huge hit as well, and for good reason. Great melody, and just you want to sing along, and all the girls at the time wanted to scream along. Yeah, I don't know. I guess as far as the quantity, maybe John wins out on this one, but that's really neither here or there. It's just the Beatles, and you can't go wrong. I mean, this is not an Abbey Road, like where every song on here is amazing, but this certainly stands the test of time, and was a fun movie as well. If I had to give this a grade, I'd give it a strong 8 out of 10, and you have to have it in your collection if you're a Beatles fan or just a serious music aficionado in general. So guys, what do you think? Is this one of your favorites, one of your favorite Beatles albums? I'd say from the early records, for the first 3 or 4 years, this has to be up there. I rank Help a little higher than this one myself. Again, the Beatles were one of those bands, one of the few bands that just kept getting better as they went, in my opinion. But this was, 1964, the height of Beatlemania. If I had to say my favorite tracks on here, I would say A Hard Day's Night and I Love Her. Definitely two classics that you've got to have in your Beatles collection. So guys, let me know what you think in the comments below, and please subscribe. We got more album reviews, top fives every Friday. Be on the lookout this Friday. We are doing the top 5 Beatles songs. So thank you for watching, and as always, Viva La Vinyl. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, all that jazz. Check out some of my other content that you can see on the screen now. Thank you again for supporting Johnny Radio. Take care, and I'll see you soon.